Hey there, guys. Last week when I posted a news video, people seemed to enjoy it, asked me to do some more. So I'm going to be talking about the news for this last week of July for the global server. At the end of the video, I'm also going to discuss briefly the current hot topic, which is the shard situation for premium units on the global server. But for now, let's talk about the current or the upcoming week's news. So we're going to be getting another round of Cetra Descendant Aerith quest. These are just the quests. You go in there, you kill the Cactuar, you're done in 5 seconds, and it's finished for the week. But make sure you do it. This is how you get the free shards for Aerith to get her to EX2. EX2 is going to come the week after this week. So, not yet, unless you pulled more copies. But yeah, go in here, do your Aerith quest, done in a few seconds. It's very valuable. They're also going to be giving the Fountain of Lapis again. This is for people that spend on the game. It's, good value for the money spent. If you spend, it's coming back again. If you don't, ignore it. But it is back again this week. We're also getting a new update for the main campaign, Season 3, Chapter 9-1. We're getting close to the end of Season 3, but we're not there yet. I'm not really going to talk about the story too much because I want to avoid spoilers. Some players don't want to be spoiled, so that's fine. So just know that the next season is available this week. Go in there, clear it up, get all your rewards so you can use them on the Tifa banner if you decide to. So the new event for the week is the Elemental Turn Challenge. This is a global exclusive event. We had one similar to this like 6 months ago, a year ago. I forget how long ago. But this is the elemental flavored version. So it's going to be 3 of them. It's going to be Ice, Earth, and Wind. This is an event where you go in and you can only take 3 of your own units. And the other 2 party slots are filled with NPCs. Last time it was Folka and Ayaka, and they did basically nothing. So it's kind of like a dead slot. It forces you to bring a 3-man party, basically. It's forced to. They were pretty easy the last time it ran. We don't know if this is going to be hard or easy or not. I would guess it's going to be on the easier side to get all the rewards, but we'll find out when it happens. On Thursday, I'll have videos up when I figure it out, but we don't really have any advanced information because global exclusive. So for Ice, a good Ice support is like, Yoshikiri. There's not really a whole lot of other good Ice supports on the global server. Ignis maybe. We did skip the Neovision's Awakened Zeal, so we don't have good ice support with him, but yeah. So 5 turns or less, get all the rewards. The Earth dummy. Earth has a lot of options. You can use like, Behemi, Vanille, Diverti, Phasey, Cacteria. A lot of options to boost your Earth damage. And of course, those may not even be needed. We don't know, but yeah. And then Wind, Bartz, Ferris, Poppy, etc. A lot of good Wind options. And for doing that, there's also the daily challenge. For doing that, you get these tokens you can spend for this stuff. I would recommend you focus on the STMRs, which are these items. Because, STMRs are more valuable for the most part. And then if you have any leftovers, spend them on the rest of the stuff. But I would focus primarily on the STMRs. The one that stands out to me is Last Guardian. This is Noelle's STMR. It's a killer material with attack power, and then killers versus machines and dragons. All the killers are always the best. Get as many killers as you can. It's very, very helpful in Dark Visions, in Clash of Wills, in Trials. Killers are great. Another good one is Awerba's Boon. This is a spirit and magic material that gives guts. Lionheart is a good LB damage materia. Witch's Cackle I would probably skip. This is like an old a magic materia. It gives good magic, but there's better options in my opinion. I'm not even sure what this is. I should have looked it up in advance. Unfaltering Fist, is this Tifa's Fist? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of what it is. Look it up on the wiki. Maybe this is great. I totally cannot. I'm not even sure what this is. Anyway, there is the event. So this is the only event for the week. This and the story. So like, there's not a lot going on this week. This is probably going to take half an hour, and you're done for the week. The story usually takes an hour, hour and a half, and that's the whole event for the week. But there are still some old events going on. The Mog King for Aerith is still active. The Valkyrie Chronicle is active. Dark Visions is active. Item Road is active. So there's a decent amount of things going on currently. It's just we don't really have any new events. So once you finish the dummy event, it's kind of a dead week almost. Here is the login rewards. We're getting Tifa Shards, 30 Tifa Shards like usual for Neovisions. And I'm so glad they fixed Neovision's Awaken Shards. We're getting 10 and 15, so we're getting 25 Neovision's Awaken Shards. I think they made this change a few weeks ago, maybe longer. I don't pay a ton of attention, but I do know that for a while, Global was only giving 20 Neovision's Awakening Shards, and that was just incredibly frustrating. But it seems to have been fixed. I know a few previous weeks gave 25. Maybe it's been going on longer than I remember. But anyway, we're getting 25 Rufus fragments, which is, nice. And here's the banner. We're getting Neovision's Tifa and then Rufus Awakened. Overall, Rufus, just to be straight up honest, he's not very good. He's a dark tag chainer. He's like a kind of a breaker, but he's a cool dude in Final Fantasy VII, cool dude in the movie. In the game, he is just not really going to do a whole lot for you. It's sad, but it's true. And then Tifa. Tifa is very, very strong. People, at this point probably have been hearing about Tifa for weeks. She is great. And then here is her banner. We're going to talk about her banner more at the end of the video. Like I said, we're going to discuss all this at the end of the video, but this is the banner, the step up, and we're going to talk about this more in a few minutes. She has 2 global exclusive changes. The EX skills of EX3 have been moved to EX2, which is real nice for her. Also, they changed her STMR. It now stacks on globals. That's going to actually boost Tifa's power a decent amount as compared to her JP version. That's an extra 500 attack power if you happen to get a second Tifa and you Moogle a second of her STMRs. So that's really nice. Her TMR, I want to clear up some confusion. A lot of people are confused by Tifa's TMR when they read it. They think it's like a better version of Savior of Soul Lightning's STMR. It's not. Savior of Soul's Lightning STMR increases the maximum chain cap. Tifa's TMR does not increase the cap. It increases the starting point of a chain. It probably have to get really technical to explain the exact working of it, but I'll just say to be brief, Tifa's TMR is not that special. It's not that good. It's okay, but it is not something you want to chase just for the TMR. Savior of Soul's Lightning, it does something completely different. They are not related in any way. The wording is just a little bit confusing. This will not increase your chain cap. The card is only available at EX3. We're going to discuss the card more in a moment. But, the card is only at EX3. At EX1, you'll be getting a Vision Card Select token, just like we got with Aerith, where you can select any permanent, non-limited, non-premium Vision Card. So there. Her skills were not changed. She is a physical water... Not really a finisher, not really a chainer. It's kind of like a weird mix between the two, because she has the same problem of like Zenata, Crown Prince Noctis, Kingdom Hearts Riku, where her LB breaks in the middle. And to deal with this, you need to overlay her LB into other chains. And that is pretty easy to do with some chain families. Like if you're using 2 triple cast Bolting Strike chainers, or Absolute Mirror of Equity chainers, or Aurora Ray chainers, Tifa can work with them totally fine. She works with the shifted LB of Cetra Aerith. That works really great. The frames match on those. It's a little trickier to use her with like Chaos Wave Awakened or Stardust Ray or regular tag chains. It can break if you don't properly time it. It can be really finicky. You'll see when she comes out. You can work around it. It's going to take a lot of practice, maybe some macros, some timing. Go on the training dummy, try it out. But when possible, you'd rather use her with like Bolting Strike or Absolute Mirror of Equity chainers. They're just easier to use for her. But she can work with other teams as well. So yeah, she's a very strong unit. Rufus, big sad face. I wish he was better, but he's just not. And that's the banner. Here's the card. Now, this is only at EX3 for Tifa. You will not get this until she has EX3. It's a 125 attack power card. It gives a universal boost of 50 LB damage. This is not restricted. Everyone gets this. And then the Beast, or Beast Killer for physical and magic to everyone. Now, for only Final Fantasy VII units, it also gives 500 flat attack power. So this is a very, very powerful card. The one downside I would say is it has no percent attack on it, which is fine for some units. Other units, it can be a little tricky to max your attack percent without getting any from the card, but that is a very easy to fix problem for most units. So it's still a extremely powerful card. It is still tied for the highest attack power card in the game, even in the current JP server. It's only tied by Sephiroth's and Auron's card. Here's the exchange shop. If you pull on the Tifa banner, you'll get the coins. You can use them. Notice they did remove the shards from the exchange shop, same as with Aerith. This is a nerf they're doing for the premium exchange shops. You're not going to get shards. So that doesn't leave a whole lot valuable. Like Rufus, you don't really want Rufus. This is fine. Transcension Pearls are good. The rest, nope, none of this. This is ST Armors are good. But overall, the exchange coins aren't that great. So that's pretty much the whole news for the week. We're getting this event. It's going to be over really quickly. It's a pretty light week this week coming up. So that's really all that's going on. So let's talk about the Tifa banner. So this is the banner we're getting on Global. Now we're going to compare it to the JP version and the changes Global made and the differences of obtaining shards. So this is the two banners on Global and JP version. At the top is how the JP version handles premium units, and the bottom is how Global handles premium units. Now, yes, I am comparing Global to JP, and I've said before, a few people get kind of frustrated with that. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to do it. I play the JP version, I play the Global version, I play both of them very actively. So for me, these comparisons are always front and center because I'm playing both at the same time. So on the JP server, for premium units, they've been doing it this way. There's a one-time only 30,000 Lapis step-up, where during the step-up, you get 9 11 pulls. So it's 9 pulls, 11 each. 2 of them are guaranteed to be Neo Visions, and those 2 guaranteed Neos have the first one has a 5% on-banner rate, and the second one has a 10% on-banner rate. So most of the time they're going to be off-banner, but they have a higher chance to be on-banner, but they're always guaranteed to be Neos for 2 of the pulls. You also get 100 unit shards for the 30,000 step-up. No, keep in mind, there's no guarantee from the step-up. There's no guaranteed unit, or there's no guaranteed banner unit. So it is possible to go 30,000 and not get a Tifa in the JP server. But you did get 2 guaranteed Neos and 100 unit shards. Now, after you did this, or if you decide to skip it entirely, there's the 3,000 banner, where you get, it's 3,000, it's a discounted banner, so 3,000 Lapis per pull, it's 11 units per pull, you get the guaranteed Rainbow or Neo Vision, it's not guaranteed Neo though. But every time you pull on this 15 times, you get 10 guaranteed Neos as a bonus at the end. So that's 45,000 Lapis, 15 times. And this is infinite. So every time you spend 45k, you get a bonus 10 Neo Visions on top of whatever you got during your pulls. So for reference, my personal pulls on the JP server when I was pulling for Sephiroth, I had to go 100. I decided to go all the way for EX3, which, in my opinion, it was worth it. I don't have any regrets. I'm still using Sephiroth today. It was very expensive, though. So I had to go 120,000 to get his EX3. I did the 30k step up. I could be mistaken. From memory, I think I got 2 Sephiroths during that step up. And then I wanted EX3, so I kept going. So I did the 3K banners. I did this 30 times. So I pulled 30 times. I got 2 of these bonus 10 Neovisions. So in total, for 120,000 Lapis on the JP server, I walked away with an EX3 Sephiroth, a bunch of just random Neovisions during the polls, and on top of that, I got 22 guaranteed Neovisions. These were guaranteed Neos, 22s on top. So that was 10 twice, and then 2 from the step up. I don't know the exact number, but including all the off-banner Neos during the polls, I got something like 30 to 35 Neovisions for 120K, which is incredible. Incredible value. 120,000, something like 30-ish Neovisions, in my opinion, is great. I was happy at the end of my pulling session. On the JP server, the other way to get shards for premium units, there's a shop that has every single Neovision shard in the game, every single permanent Neovision shard, so like not collaborations. But you can buy 10 shards per week for 1K, and it refreshes every single week. So you can buy, for 1K per week, you can get 10 shards per week of all the Neovisions you want, including premiums. And then the shard dungeon in the JP server is permanent. It's always there every single day, but you only get between 1 and 2 shards per day per unit in the dungeon. So that's how you get shards on the JP server for premium units. Now on the global server. The global server is doing a 12K step up that has no limit. This is going to give you 43 pulls in total. It's 3 pulls of 10 plus 1, and then a single pull of just 10. There is no plus 1. So it's just 10 for one of the pulls. There's no guaranteed rainbow or anything, which is like, come on. You can't even give us the guaranteed rainbow. But they're not. So I'll show it to you real quick. It is, yeah, it's right here. So you step 1, there is no guarantee. It is cheaper though. But the whole thing, to go the whole thing, is 12K. So from that, each step is going to give you 4 exchange tokens, which you can use for this stuff, which is low quality stuff overall. Those are not really special. And then 4 pity tokens. The pity tokens are the big thing on global that's different from the JP server. Also, the last little perk for this is the last step, and only the last step, has a 5% Neovision rate, but it's only a 1% on banner rate. So it's an increased rate for just random Neos, but it's still it's not any increase for the actual unit you want. It's still just 1%, but it's more off banners. So that, if you do it 20 times, you get, at that 60K spent, you get 1 guaranteed banner unit. So you're going to get a Tifa guaranteed at 60K. So that is the big difference between the JP and the global server. So, is this worth it? In my opinion, I think it's a tremendous downgrade. So, while on the JP server you had no guaranteed banner unit, you could, in theory, technically go like 120,000 and get 0 copies of Tifa. I mean, the chance is there. It's probably not going to happen. I doubt it happened to anyone that went like 120K and got none. I doubt it. But I guess it can technically happen. On the other hand, you would get, if you did all that, you would get like the 100 unit shards, the 10 or 20, depending on how deep you go, guaranteed Neos, the 2 guaranteed Neos on banner, or the 2 guaranteed Neos from the step up, not on banner. It can be off banner. But yeah, on global, on the other hand, if you spend 60K on global, let's assume you did 60K twice, you go to 120K, you would get, well, let's say on global you get 2 guaranteed. No, we're gonna talk about that. No, let's do a fair comparison. So on global, if you spend 60K, you get a guaranteed, 1 guaranteed. You get no guaranteed Neos other than the pity. You get no shard bonus whatsoever. Yeah, so comparison to global, you're guaranteed 1. On JP, you're not guaranteed 1, but you get either 10 guaranteed Neos, guaranteed random Neos, or 2 guaranteed Neos and 100 shards. Or for 30 for 75k, you would get both of these. Yeah, so in my opinion, is it worth it? Not at all. I think it's a tremendous nerf. Like, I would, any day of the week, I would take that small chance of not getting a single copy. Like, the chances are so incredibly small. But it is possible that you go like 120k and got no copies at all. Like, what are the chances? Very low, but possible. But I would take that chance and walk away with my 100 shards and 22 guaranteed Neovisions. I would rather that over the one guaranteed on Global. But yeah, so Global has no shards and no guaranteed Neos and no bonus Neos either. I can't believe they removed the bonus Neovisions, but they did. And then if you want to go even deeper on Global, you get more pities at 84k spent. This is infinite. The 60k is one time only. The 84k is infinite. That's mostly for like the super whales that want to just go deep and keep going over and over and over and over and over. It just gives you a pity to keep going. And then shards on Global. So we get 30 from the login. If you spend $100 US or whatever it is in your currency, you get 50 shards. That's unconfirmed. That's how it is for Aerith. Aerith, her shards are 50 for $100. We're assuming it's also going to be 50 for $100 on Tifa and Sephiroth, but that is unconfirmed until Thursday. We don't know, so we'll see. But it's probably going to be the same as Aerith is. You can also get 50 shards for 3,000 VIP coins after waiting 2 weeks. You can't get it right away. And then when the shard dungeon comes on Global, you can get up to 70 shards for your premium unit. It comes once per 3-ish months. There's no set schedule. Gumi loves keeping us in the dark. I wish they wouldn't, but they do. Yeah, so we have no idea when it's going to come back. It could come back next week. It could come back like 2 months from now. We don't know. But when it does, you can get 70 shards. So let's say on Global we pull the banner. We get bad luck. We go to the pity. We spend 60k. We get our one copy of Tifa. That means we can't even EX1 her until 2 weeks later, assuming you don't spend $100. If you spend $100, you can EX1 her the moment you pull her. But if you're not spending the crazy price of $100 for 50 shards, which is crazy, but if you want to, go for it. But if you're not spending $100, you can't even EX1 your Tifa until 2 weeks later because we get no shards on the Global server from pulling. No shards. Mind blown. No shards at all. Yeah. So there it is. And if you pull, even if you pull the Tifa, you still, even if you wanted to spend money, you still cannot even EX2 your Tifa without pulling extra dupes. Because assuming you pulled one Tifa, you get your Tifa, you get your 30 login shards, you spend $100 and get 50 shards, you spend 3,000 VIP coins and get 50 shards, you're still going to be 20 shards short of EX2. Like, seriously? You can't even... It is impossible to get EX2 Tifa by only pulling one. There is just no way. You can't do it. The shards do not exist on the Global server. You have to pull multiple copies. Yeah, so that is the changes. So we lost 22 Neovisions and 100 shards in exchange for a pity. Assuming you go 120k, which is a decent estimate for getting EX3. If you're going for less than EX3, it probably won't cost you that much. But if you want to go all the way full on EX3, it's gonna just it's random. It's totally RNG. But a ballpark figure is probably around 120,000 in the area. So we gave up 22 guaranteed Neos and 100 shards on Global for one guarantee. One guarantee. I think that is terrible, but that is my opinion. If you disagree with me, by all means, post in the comments and let me know, why you disagree. But I do not like the way Global is handling premium banners. I don't like it. I want more shards. Give me the shards. Where's the shards? Anyway, there's our news for the week and my little mini rant at the end about the shard situation. So I will see you guys, next time. Later.